Buongiorno! We just finished this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Win.
Now, normally we're the type to read the manga, but we are in it for that golden experience.
So subscribe and tune in every week for our reactions. This week was episode 24, Squalo and Tatsiano.
Ooh.
Oh.
So, I'm really happy with the shipping of these two.
Oh my
They're definitely lovers.
I think you mentioned it too. I love how like we started, they were in the balcony and they just kind of like
I love that. I love that shot. It's like, no, last episode they were like on a balcony like a normal group of people, and then they're just on the rooftop.
Like just gonna like get a little closer, just a little bit.
Yeah, no, the chemistry was there. The hands on the chest. I mean,
all
obviously
over the chest.
it's not a confirmed couple, I guess, but like it's pretty.
They confirmed it themselves.
Well,
yeah,
and like I see it as penance for what is it, Sorbet and Gelato, who are like ostensibly gay, and like everybody was like, ooh, that's creepy, and like they were really like drawn really repulsive.
Yeah.
Like I kind of see this as like Araki was like, wait a minute, like what if I did it like and
like
it was good?
This.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's weird, but I like it. I like them in general.
They were my favorite
I
out of all the others.
Really excited about the absolute panic in Narancia in like this whole episode. It was him completely forgetting he had something on his tongue preventing him from being able to talk over and over and over and over
Also
again.
Squalo forgetting over and over. It's like, buddy, you work with this guy. Why do you keep getting it wrong?
Like a solid amount of explanation was done multiple times.
Yeah,
to the point that like I was happy because I mean as a viewer you forget, kind of, but like as the characters themselves, like being like you were saying, a remote on remote standout.
Yeah, I did love that
pretty cool.
conversation.
So much fun.
Well, and if you think about it, you know, they keep saying that over and over to us again. That way, that why the two times that they subvert that and they're like, oh, I switched it off. You're like, ah, and then when he's like, oh, I cut my tongue out. You're like, ah.
Yeah. That blew my mind. Oh my god. I will say I'm like super proud of Narancia because we kind of like made fun of him before. He's like,
our baby boy's growing up.
He's a punching bag. He's not that bright, but he was just like, nope, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna save Giorno.
I'm gonna do it on my own.
Yeah.
Like like the other three were just over there doing their thing. Narancia's like, nope, I'm staying focused.
and he brought himself to that JoJo like double bluff level. Like you know, like
absolutely.
He did basically a Giorno or a JoJo or like a Joseph Joestar like just. Got you. Like, tricked you, outsmarted you, which is
I think we
great.
saw a really solid character development in Narancia in this episode, just on him growing up as part of the group, because I think with him joining the crew and having such a hard time with doing that, and then now, like, really stepping up to the plate and proving his spot, and why he went with them, I think is really important as well.
Yeah.
Because especially going back to Abakio, he's just obviously going to be like, y'all are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I think they're pretty good. They're going to be pretty proud of them, at least.
Yeah.
Also, he has now taken out 3 like hitmen who
That's
like 3 people after them. I think they put some.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Because he got 2 for 1 in this one.
No,
like,
right.
He's a catch up. He's not doing nothing.
Dude, okay, so super like what? Let's get to the music real quick.
Oh my god!
I'm already in love with the music. I know I said last week that like I was like, oh, like I love the art, but the music wasn't so good. As soon as I started editing and like watched it a second time, I was like, no, I love it.
I really like the opening.
It's not the first half, but like the very
just
beginning.
The slow rolling.
Yeah, but once I started getting into it, and I was like, oh, okay, I got
it.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to definitely talk about is the different things that they shoved Giorno into. Whether it was a glass on a table, a fish tank.
Fish tank.
That was my favorite. The
fish tank was great.
Tank.
It was just like, glug, glug.
It's like,
Or the lobster like walking over.
Absolutely. And just like Giorno's dead body basically just hanging out of a pot or whatnot. It's just like so interesting how, I mean, JoJo's obviously bizarre, and like, getting those shots just reminds me why it's so weird.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I also, it was pretty like a heavy Narancia episode, so there's not much about like, we didn't get any Trish, we didn't get like really any kind of the other plot going on. Other than they're leaving Venice, I guess they're like on to the next bad guy.
Yeah, we completely forgot where Trish was for a second.
Yeah, I was like, in the turtle. Always in the turtle.
Gotta remember.
Which I love as a plot device for Rocky. She's like, yeah, I can't fit enough people and they'll just be in the turtle.
No, and honestly, you notice, like, he was holding the turtle, like, as close to him as possible the entire episode.
I do love that.
It was hilarious.
Dude, and like that BIG on the end card, you can't hide
Notorious.
that. We already know who's coming next. Also, I'm so excited.
Also, like, that ending, like, I've been thinking about it more. I've got some crazy, like, theories. is like...
Shoot.
Dude, I think some of the crew's gonna die.
No! Well, I do agree with that, because, like, just how some of them are, like, kind of, like,
well, and, like
the position they're in.
Fugo's stand is, like, down at the bottom, and then, like, we work our way up, and, like, Abakio is, like... Abakio and, like, Narancia's stands are, like, I don't know. They're not up fighting King Crimson.
Yeah.
They're down below. Like, Sticky Fingers is, like, you know, eyes to dick with King Crimson.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
but then
like,
Sex Pistols is on top. And, like, that's what gets me. Like, Sex Pistols being on top gives me that, like,
Mista will survive.
That Polnareff Mista will survive, like, vibe.
Absolutely. I think that with Fugo... I feel like it's gonna come a point where he has to face them, and he has to make that hard decision. And I think at the end of the day, he's definitely gonna side with them and take a bullet for them.
Yep.
I think is what's gonna happen.
Oh
yeah, like I see like him and Abakio like having like they have to fight each other, but like eventually like
I think
like,
eventually it's gonna turn and someone else is gonna try to shoot him, and he's gonna be like, no. That's what I think. That's my theory.
Yeah,
just kind of like. Just kind of like, well, what's his name? Tits just kind of like took the bullet for...
Oh, yeah.
Just jumped in. It's like, you got your liquid now.
Let me get you wet real quick. Oh, God.
Oh, such a tragic end to a love story.
But I love the velocity we're on. Like, it was like, okay, this was just kind of like the end of a fight of the week, but it was Narancia, and it was a good fight. It was cool stand battles. And again, the ending is setting up so much that, like, okay, like, we know stuff. Like, we know we're, like, churning in the plot.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm happy
also,
for.
the art style and that bloodlust, like, after Tits died.
Yeah, that's
just
like the eyes.
Right
so
there.
Cool.
It went just a completely different style than what's happening at all in like the entire episode. It was amazing.
So yeah, this is definitely a new turn. Like with all the new like gangsters we'll definitely be meeting. Like
I'm so excited. I'm really excited.
I'm really nervous, but I'm excited. But we shall see.
Are you guys excited? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe and Volare via.